welcome back to Sussex County Community College. How does it feel to be back?
Fabulous. It's just like how it was when I left, which is nice. But it seems like yesterday, and it seems like forever ago. You know, it's. I was saying to Brian that brought us here that it seems like we were just here, you know, a week ago. And then in other ways, you know, so many things have changed with the show. So it's kind of nice to be back.
So what has changed since then? The routine, and then as well your personal life?
Yeah, the show has just kind of been refined. You know, the show is about just kind of losing it after you have kids and feeling like you have no brains left whatsoever. So refining that idea. And you know, along with the show, I started going back into doing some more radio. I was on New Jersey 101.5 all last summer with Dennis Malloy, and doing some television down in Philadelphia. And then I just started doing warm-up for the Nate Berkus show starting in last August, I guess. So it's been a little crazy in between. So, but it's been good, all good stuff. So I had always thought about doing stand-up, but it wasn't until I had kids that it really kind of set in my brain. Like I was always funny by accident, but you know, it's different to have to be funny on purpose at a specific time. And so I was always really afraid that I would like embarrass myself if I went to do it. And then I had my son, and we were at the mall, and he started to throw a fit. And I just didn't know what to do. Like I bribed him, I threatened him, I did everything, and he wouldn't stop. And so I had no idea, because I was the first-time mom. And so I just did what made sense. So I went and I hid from him in the china department behind some dishes. And as I'm like creeping down behind these dishes, I was thinking, I know they can see me on the camera. Like I know on security, they're like, what is the creepy lady doing? And I remember thinking, like, this is the most embarrassed I've ever been. Like when you cannot get your kid under control. And I remember thinking at that moment, stand-up can't be this hard. Stand-up cannot be as hard as raising children. And so that's when I decided I was going to start taking this class in Philadelphia. And it was just funny. But of course, you know, as I'm having this epiphany, he stopped his fit. So now he just looked like a lost kid. And so all these people were stopping to see if he couldn't find his mom. So I couldn't like pop up from behind the dishes, because then I'd look like a really bad mom. So I had to like crawl through to the linen department and come around the corner and pretend like I was actually looking for him when I wasn't. But you know, I had to make it look like I cared.
So you said that it wasn't until you had kids that you started thinking about stand-up. What was your background before you had kids?
Yeah, that's
What did you go to school for? What did you study?
I have a bachelor's degree in biology. I have a master's degree in gerontology, and in between there, I was Miss New Jersey at Miss America. And so it was this ridiculous, eclectic mix of I don't know what. Yeah. And it's so funny because my husband always says, he's like, you know, we pay off your student loans every month. We pay them every month. But it's the $200 comedy class that you've chosen to pursue as a career. But from the moment that I did it, you just knew, you know, I feel like I've had every job under the sun, but once I did it, even though I sucked at it, I was like, no, this is what I want to do.
Was it really scary when you first started?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what was your scariest moment that you've had?
I think every single moment from the first time I went on until probably about 6 months in, I just thought I was going to throw up. Like people say it all the time, like, how can you get on stage? You're not even nervous anymore. I'm like, yeah, but you know, like the biggest way to get over your biggest fear is to just do it all the time.
Now you mentioned how the field is overwhelmed with men.
Yeah.
How is it to be a woman and be a comedian?
I love it. I think it's great. I think there's not a lot of drama. You know, guys are just so laid back, and I like it. I think it's great to work with other guys that, you know, they come out and they kind of give their impression of their crazy wife, and then come out and give the answer to that. You know, that it's the other side of the story. I do think, you know, you hear all the time, people will come out and they're like, oh, I thought you were going to suck because you were a girl, but you were funny. And I'm like, thank you. It's a very odd compliment, but whatever. So, but I like it. It's fun.
All right. Well, thank you so much for sitting down with us. Really appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Good luck with everything.
Thank
and have
you
a great show tonight.
Thank you.